Master's aid if you have any further witnesses when you call them.
I'd like to call Lady Kathleen. Lady Kathleen, can you tell us about an encounter you had with the Demon Lord?
Yes. I had disobeyed and went up north because there was an item in which you could only get from north. Upon arriving up there, I had noticed that every giant up there was dead, and I was like, oh, isn't this nice? They left it for me so I don't have to do all the bothering. Chopped their heads off, and at that time I heard a voice call to her, saying that one of us had come up north. They then began my flight away, jumping off the mountain. Let them say go after her.
You say you heard a voice. What voices?
The lady standing over there. Her voice. I won't forget it because I was scared half out of my mind and I wasn't going to ever forget that voice.
Could you please identify the lady by name?
The one y'all call Zedica.
Okay, thank you.
I've hidden a little cabin section that I know that is down in that mountain. Finally, I got brave enough to take flight and get the hell out of there, scared for my life. Anything else, sir?
I'm sorry, I need a moment to think, nothing further for now.
Lady Kathleen, you said you heard a voice call to her and indicated Zedica. Which voice did you hear call to her?
I heard both voices. I've not since heard the other voice. But I'd heard that voice before, on the day that me and you witnessed the murder of Malachi that this very woman did herself.
Please refer by name.
Zedica, when she cut the head off of Malachi.
So up north, you are telling me that you heard a voice call to her. You heard her voice respond, but did you actually see her?
I saw of her little purple hair and her horns, which she doesn't have today. But anybody can dye their hair, can't they?
But could you be 100% certain that the person that you saw was in fact her? Were you close enough to say that? You said you were running for your life, were you not?
Yes, but I still was close enough on the top of that hill. I can promise you that. 150%. The one thing I'm gifted with is good hearing.
Yes, but there's a lot of wind up north, is there not? Echoes from the mountain and such.
You know, you're trying to lead me into something that is not going to happen, Mom.
I'm not trying to lead you at all. I'm trying to get to facts.
I think that the witness...
Order in the court.
The witness has already answered to the question, Miss Maroon.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any other time you've come across the defendant?
The day Lady Zedica, murdered Malachi.
I don't think that's in question. I think most of us witnessed that.
No, most of us did not. Most of us was not present. You was, the dwarfs, me, God, and Lady Brianna.
Who was also a traitor, right?
Yes. And stopped us from trying to kill them because she did not want us to kill Zedica, and at the time, Xavier.
I have no further questions.
Kathleen, have you had any other encounters?
I had gone to purchase something in New Sarasota. Probably saying that town wrong. I mess up town names. At the time, I had thought that when I heard her voice, it was her, but I wasn't sure. It'd been a little bit, and she was speaking a little bit different. The doctor was there, asking questions about a creature, a beast. She said a couple of words that she had said that day, and my spine and my head and everything shivered, the same as it did that day. At that point, I knew it was her, and I reported it to Sir Giles, and later to my commander.
Nothing further.
Nothing further.
No one has anything else? I will go step to the side.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
Your next
I
witness?
don't have anybody else.
Then I call Miss Terra to the stand, please.
Yes, of course.
Somebody assist her, she's still quite weak. Miss Terra, how long have you known the defendant? Can we get her a chair? Is she allowed to sit?
I have nothing against it.
No, of course.
I can stand behind her to support her.
The way is
Or
fine.
she can sit on the sofa behind her if she wants.
That might
Bring
be
a
a good
chair.
idea.
Not a problem, I can bring a chair to the stand.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sir Giles.
Oh.
There you go, Lady Cat. Ah,
Thank you.
Well, Miss Luna, you might as well sit with her. Make sure she's okay. Okay, can you tell us how long you've known defendant, please? When you first met her, what was your impression of her? Did you witness the relationship between Malachi and Zavea and Zedica? And how did it appear to you? Ah, I see. Okay. When were you aware that the relationship between them had started then? Ah, yes. I think we all remember that. It's just for those who weren't around at the time, could you reiterate what happened during that time, please? With the mask incident. And what happened? What did Sir Malachi do during this possession?
How is this relevant to the current situation?
It's setting precedent.
Let's get to the point.
In the interest of getting to the point as I have been instructed to do, what was the group's decision after Sir Malachi's possession, and indeed the same decision that we came to for Lord Takeda? What did we do? During the time that you've known Miss Zedica, since we all rely on your perception quite a lot, are there any signs that you noticed that something wasn't quite right? Miss Terra, we have heard Sir Giles' account of what happened at Fort Esone, but could you tell us in your own words what you witnessed there in regards to Zedica? So you personally witnessed Miss Zedica attack the Herald on the battlefield, is that what you're telling us? And you too personally saw the Lady of the Lake appear and intervene in this matter? You did, but we need to tell everybody. So forgive me if we're going over old ground. Miss Terra, after I rather foolishly went inside that fortress, you sought out Miss Zedica, did you not? And can you tell me what was discussed at that meeting, please? I know it was kind of obsolete as I managed to get myself out, but do you believe that that information would have been important had I still been inside? Well, you saw the layout of the place while we were inside, so can you verify that information was in fact correct? Thank you, Miss Terra. You mentioned the sword that she'd already handed over to you. Is this... You indicated it was the artifact. Is that correct? The same artifact that we destroyed yesterday evening. That correct? How did the sword come to be in your possession? You indicated she handed it over, but how? And how did the exchange take place? So she sought you out and willingly handed it over? And this is the same sword that we used to destroy another artifact found in the tower, correct? Thank you. Your witness, Mr. Zaid.
So as mentioned, Malachi was possessed, correct? Zedica was not possessed, correct? In regards to the fight at Asan, could that not have been a fight about power and not defending her friends? Could that information not been, that information just been passed on to deceive us all?
I don't think that was the right way to make the question. It became hypothetical. Sorry.
I withdraw the question. Nothing further.
There are no further questions. Judges?
I have a question for Miss Terra. You said before you had to convince Miss Zedica to destroy the artifact. Why you had to convince? She wants to keep that?
So to clarify, you did not really convince her, you just asked questions and she agreed. Okay. Do you have any inkling of why she might have kept, did not say where the sword was at the beginning?
May I ask another question to Miss Terra? You said before that Mrs. Zedica gave you all the information about the fortress, where the rooms were, and all those things. Did you share this information with the rest of the free people?
If I might say, the battle was very hectic. There wasn't much time to utilize this information and pass it around everybody.
Okay, thank you, Miss Terra. No further question for me.
Are there any other questions from the judges?
I don't think I have questions. I think the question about her actually handing over the things versus telling her where the items were stated.
Very good. Doctor, any further questions?
I don't have any further questions at this point.
Very well. Lady Terra, you may step down. Lady Maroon, you may call your next witness.